Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Hawkeye Rides live stream. I'd like to thank everybody that showed up last week, as well as everybody that's showing up this week. Something just happened on my computer. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. And also like to invite everybody to the new memberships. We have two different packages right now. That's going to include special live streams as well as shorts that are only going to be on the membership pages. And there's also other perks that we'll go through as well. Shannon from St. Petersburg had a question for a GV70 versus an RDX. Both are excellent vehicles. I do like the GV70 a little bit better because you have a little bit more performance in that vehicle opposed to the RDX, and pricing is relatively about the same. You'll also get a better warranty with the GV70. So it is something you may want to consider with that. Acura makes a great vehicle. I was over there last week where we tested a bunch of Type S vehicles, and service-wise is good. It's not too expensive to maintain either of the two vehicles, but if you're looking for a little bit more luxury, kind of more performance, I would say the GV70 would be a better option than the RDX, especially with the pricing that it's at. And if you get an opportunity to go to the new Genesis dealerships that are developed in the area, in St. Pete, they're going to have one. It's a Hyundai dealer they're building on the side. I believe it is. It's literally right off the interstate. I'm not exactly sure the name of the particular area, but it's going to be under construction, which there is one in Lakeland. If you get a chance to check it out, Lakeland of Genesis, awesome dealership. That's the team that we work with. That way you can actually see and get a feel of the way Genesis is moving forward. This week we were going to go to Audi, but we had to reschedule, as well as BMW. We had to reschedule. So hopefully we'll be still able to get the RS6 Avant that was scheduled for us, and the RSQ8, which I believe we have a few of those reviews coming, as well as the RS7 Performance, which is an awesome vehicle. And then we went to Infiniti this week. We did get word that Infiniti they're going to keep their dealerships in these areas. So if you are familiar with Clearwater of Infiniti, they're going to be staying open. There is some talks with Honda going into Nissan for the merge, but overall they're laying off around 9,000-ish employees, but they have like over almost 500,000 or so employees, so it's maybe 2%. But I did find out some interesting things with Infiniti Nissan, that when they lay off people, typically what they do is people that are getting ready to retire, they offer them a severance. It kind of isn't great for them, but at least they're maintaining the workforce. So I do like how they're at least adapting that, so that way we're not losing people's jobs ultimately. We did the QX80 autograph and the QX60, which everybody by now knows. I've done a few reviews on that one where they have dropped the V6 and now it's a VC turbocharged 4-cylinder, but we had the black edition this time. So I tried to change that up. And the autograph for the QX80, it's an awesome vehicle to consider. Pricing, though, I was a little, it's hard to swallow. It's around 113 grand. But with Infiniti, what I also found is it doesn't matter the year, make, or model, or how many miles you have on the vehicle, they will always give you a loaner vehicle. So it is something to take in consideration if you are looking to get a luxury vehicle, because some dealerships / automakers try to give you a little bit more difficulty getting loaners. So I like that Infiniti still does that. Maserati still does it as well. Typically, when you go into getting a more premium vehicle, you should ask for these things when you're going for service. So I know some of my Land Rover, Range Rover friends and colleagues that have them, they actually didn't ask for loaners. So they have been waiting in dealerships for oil changes and whatnot. That's not the case. When you go luxury, whenever you're booking your service, always ask for a loaner. And typically they may not have it that day, so you might have to schedule it another day. It's not a big deal, but at least you don't have to wait at the dealership. And a lot of the dealerships are also offering valet, which when you get into luxury, that's another perk, which means You don't even have to go to the dealership. They'll go to your place of work, your place of where you live. Even if you want them to meet at like a movie co or Starbucks, whatever, they'll meet you there. I've actually done it myself multiple times. It's awesome because you never have to really go into the dealership. As for this week coming, we are planning to hit probably 5 or 6 dealerships, which is going to be a little bit interesting because of the holidays and whatnot. But planning on going to Honda, Hyundai, Toyota, um, BMW, Audi, and Mini. We did get way that we have the new JCW for the Countryman, so I am excited. I put that as the thumbnail to show you guys that it is there. Hopefully they're kind of holding it for me so that way I can do the full review. Awesome vehicle, kind of excited, and probably going to do a comparison against the BMW and also the Mini Cooper S, so that way you guys can get a whole difference of experience between that and its other trim, as well as its, I would say, bigger brother BMW variant. Any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments so that way we can continue with the Q&A this Saturday. Also, with the membership perks, we are going to be doing exclusive videos too, so kind of behind the scenes, bloopers. We already have the emojis up. They're going to be changed throughout. Just right now, we wanted to get everything up and running because we were having some complications. If you guys are putting comments on the videos and sometimes the comments are not coming through, we've had a few complications the past couple of weeks or so with YouTube hiding comments. So as soon as I get them, I've been emailing them back and forth so that way I can keep answering any questions or keep the content on each of the videos. And any questions, like I said, please feel free to start for the questions and answers. We are also going to be going Maserati in January 13th, so we should possibly have a private live stream for members only. And I have got word through a lot of my teams that they are okay with us doing live streams at the dealerships and giving us kind of a VIP experience. So that way we're hidden and we're not bothering any customers, but you guys can also see behind the scenes type of things, which we'll also be bringing to the channel as well as for the members. And another cool thing about the membership perks is the shorts. I was giving the shorts before. We stopped doing the shorts so much so that way we can give more of the longer content so that way you can actually see everything from performance to exterior, interior. But with the shorts for the members, we're going to do something a little bit different. It may not be just a review. It might be a performance video. It might be the self-driving technology. There's a lot of different things that we're going to implement there, and it will be coming across the channel in the next few weeks, as well as continuing to do the quizzes, or I guess questions that we ask, and you have a 4 different answer to choose from on the channel. I always like giving different ideas and throwing things out there. Lakeland and upcoming dealership. Yes, you're welcome, Shannon. And like I said, I would go to the Lakeland if you get a chance, maybe go on a weekend or something. They have a good coffee machine as well. That's actually one of my favorite things is if they have like a hot chocolate coffee machine. They have some nice interior for the whole dealership. There's a couple reviews. I tried to show a little bit of the dealership because I was really excited. It is taking a little bit longer for some of the dealerships to go that route, but when you see it, you'll understand why. It literally looks like a Land Rover, Range Rover dealership. I mean, I think they did an excellent job. I like Acura as well. It's just, I feel like when you go in Genesis, they are starting to improve a lot more so than a lot of the automotive industry. Even Hyundai has really upped their game, in which Honda itself is needing to do some updates as well. Also, feel free to drop any comments in the questions that we go through. I usually do about 2 different questions a week where we have the correct answer for the quiz. If you guys have any cool questions or any type of insight that you want us to put on the channel, always feel free, even if it's a vehicle, just drop a comment and we'll try to locate it with our team so that way we can bring it to the channel as well. Seems like it's a little slower this Saturday starting off. I know it's the holiday weekend coming up to basically the big holiday for everybody, more or less. Um, Also, hopefully everybody has a happy holiday and a happy new year. If you have any resolutions, knock them out of the park, especially if you're looking to get any type of new vehicle or anything like that. Right now would be the time to start looking at them. I don't sell vehicles, but this is where you will unlock the best deals. Now, obviously, if the economy starts going the south, like some people are projecting for certain industries, you may get a better deal next year, but typically the best deals are at the end of the year, especially like the last few days of the year, because they're trying to finish up everything to get their quotes for the year. Now, you don't have to sign a deal at the end of this month. You can get the deal rolling and sign it like the first week of January, and that will still be a substantial deal for you. So, just something to take in consideration because typically when I buy a vehicle, I usually take about 2 to 3 weeks to buy a vehicle. I feel that it's more of an experience that you shouldn't just go to a dealership and say, hey, I want this car and buy it. You should test multiple vehicles, cross shop between them. And then once you locate one, now you start the deal process, in which, like I said, I typically take about 2 to 3 weeks back and forth with the sales team and the sales management just to try to really get the best deal possible. And typically the vehicle doesn't sell in that time frame, especially if you are getting something that's more loaded up. If you're getting something more basic where there's not a lot of features, then you may want to execute the deal a little bit quicker. But otherwise, if you're getting something that's fully loaded, typically they hold those on the lot for a little bit more, and there's a little bit more play in the pricing. Another thing we're going to try to bring to the channel, which we've talked to multiple different colleagues that I work with in the back for financing, because we don't sell vehicles on the channel. I was wanting to bring an actual finance person where you guys can contact them, and wherever you're located, they'll get you the best deal. So then you just take the check to the dealership and purchase the vehicle. I think that would be a little bit more of a smoother transition, but let us know if that's something that you think is a good idea. That way, we'll continue to locate 2 or 3 different people. So that way, you have an option with that. Well, since this is the last weekend before holidays for everyone, we're going to stay on for a little bit longer just so that way I know people kind of sleep in, because it's been a long week. I know it's been a long week for us as well. We did a lot of home improvements still. We had some issues with electric work in one of our bedrooms, which we finally got that fixed. We're doing new lighting for the staircase and got a lot of projects going on, as well as the projects for the channel. And hopefully everything will be ironed out with the memberships, where we have all the perks all lined up this week because it is live. You can now become a member. And obviously, so we can have a office. So when we're not doing live streams at the dealerships, you're not just looking at this blue wall. You'll actually look at the new office for Hawkeye Rides. Well, it looks like we are going to cut it a little bit shorter this week for the Q&A, as it seems that a lot of people are relaxing and enjoying their longer weekend. So I thank everybody for joining, and look forward to the live stream next week on Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you're not a member, check out the perks. If you see something that you would like us to review, or different questions, or any type of content you'd like us to bring to the channel, just drop a comment so that way we can do and tailor it the way everybody likes. Thank you for joining, and have a good holiday as well as a good weekend, and see you on the next review.